better, why not this one? JR. Whoa, whoa! Yes, JR, JR. Yeah. JR! Whoa! You're right. Good call. Good call, Cal.
That's all right. You need to get the heart rate.
Yeah, I thought it was going to obviously
Yes, Mark. Okay, whoa. You're right. You're right. Very sweet.
Check one, there we go. Well, a very pleasant good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bucks County Curling Club, located in beautiful, bucolic Warminster, Pennsylvania, Bucks County. We're here for the 2023 Crooked Billet Bonspiel. And I'm joined here with Wayne Anderson today. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, Dave. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. We're going to tweak our levels here a little bit, bring down the ice just a touch here. So we're here on Sheet B, our featured sheet. It's the sheet which we will be showing commentary on most of the time this weekend. All 4 sheets are available on our YouTube page. Our game here is against the Potomac Curling Club, skipped by Michael Dobbs. His vice is Mike Sell. Mark Carlson is his second. And JT Groves is the lead. Playing against Schenectady Curling, and they're playing the Redstones. Playing against the Schenectady Curling Club, skipped by Jeff Brewster with Jackie Shaw, Caitlin Janczewski, and Janczewski, and Brian Wang. So you got all that, Wayne?
I got all of that.
All right, fantastic. So here we are. We're picking up the action in the second end.
Yeah, Potomac, Michael Dobbs made a nice open hit to take one in the last end. He was facing a few rocks there, so good last shot. Here's a nice shot there.
A little pop and flop over. Dudley Potomac sitting one now. Here's Jeff Brewster. They have the hammer. That is the last stone advantage, if you've never watched curling before. And as I start the commentary, we lose viewers at a precipitous rate. Everybody's figuring out, oh heck, I'm at work. I better do something with this audio.
Mm.
So that one skitters on by on the outside. So Mike's going to hit the open stone here to lie 2. This is a very conservative strategy when you don't have the hammer.
Yeah, but you don't usually get into a lot of trouble by doing it either.
It's really tough for the other team to score if they don't have any stones.
I like the control weight that he's throwing here.
Yeah, it gives the brushers a chance, an opportunity. So what would you say is the biggest advantage of throwing a control weight there as opposed to just peeling at it?
Well, it's the key is to always try and keep your shooter in play. And generally, depending on the speed of the ice, I like to try and find the sort of the minimum weight that isn't curling a whole lot, but is enough to take the rock out. And control is usually on this ice, it'll be about 10.5 seconds hog to hog, which is fine. But by the time to get into the third end, the ice is going to be pretty keen, and you can throw just a nice solid board weight a second slower than that, and even a higher chance of your rock staying in play. And like you said, brings your sweepers into it even more they can do with it.
That's definitely something you tried to instill in us here, and we're appreciative for it. When you're a newer curler, especially a newer male curler that feels like that they're feeling their oats, all they want to do is hit the rocks as hard as you can to make a big noise.
Try coaching junior boys.
Having played against your junior squad on a couple of occasions, I can definitely see that. I was standing there in the house saying, I really don't hate drawing here, but go for it.
Well, it's nice that they've got the ability to throw the up weight with accuracy as well. I mean, there are shots where you do have to use it, but more often than not, the control weight is the one that you want to have in your back pocket.
It's kind of like, you want under most circumstances use your driver to try to hit a ball from 40 yards.
Yeah. Yep, and there's par fours where maybe the driver isn't the right club to be using off the tee, but we do anyway, right? And then we go in the woods.
Oh, absolutely. I think better example of that is our two brothers that play with us, the Scott and Andy Dunham.
Oh yeah.
I had the pleasure, along with Dan Pearson, to go out on a foursome with them, and Andy stands up there in the tee box, and he just grips it and rips it, and we see it go out into the heavens and the great beyond, 2 fairways over.
Yeah.
Whereas his brother looks at that, takes a measured approach, and grabs a hybrid and hits it right down the middle.
Yeah. Well, that was fortuitous that we got an inch of that one red rock to kick over and get the other one out. It was heading between them there for a minute.
So he's calling here to go to the center top, Michael Dobbs, with his last stone to lie to that spread out.
Yeah.
I assume you could also guard your shot stone here.
Well, I think between the choices, if you want to lie two, I would draw. The best guard sometimes is just a count two instead.
Okay.
I mean, the other alternative is the probability is if the other team's going to have a real good chance at scoring one is just eliminate the blue rock and lie two, so there's no chance for two.
And then that brings the possibility of a blank end.
Yeah, because if this one was to come up short or go through the house, then all of a sudden the other team has an open hit for two.
So this one's not light. It is
right.
matriculating its way right through that house.
And so that's the problem. You don't have hammer. It was just an open hit. Get rid of it. Even if you didn't stay, you're not giving up two. And there was little likelihood he was going to steal the end anyway.
Yeah, because his opponent was at least going to have a draw to the 4 foot at the very worst.
Yeah.
Our old adage is, if you can't draw the 4 foot on the man, you shouldn't be skipping.
Yeah, we'll give a little break in the second end. That still trying to find the weight though. But they still have to hit and stick here to get their deuce. But it is an open hit.
And if anybody has any questions for we are taking a look at the chat here.
Yeah, this is going to have to curl a bit. But he's not too heavy, but still has to curl. A lot.
So would you say that was your control weight, or is that?
Yeah, that was sort of control there. It just got it out a little further than he wanted.
Okay, so that will be a steal one for Potomac. So after 2 ends, it is 2-0 in their favor. Second ends are wrapping up around the rest of the ice shed. All those streams are available on our channel. You can check them all out. we'll give you score updates as they get posted and as we can identify teams.
Yeah, you're going to know a lot more of these curlers than I do, Dave. You do the Bonspiel circuit here.
Yeah, and it's nice to, it is heartening to see that that's the thing again. And those little troubles that we were facing while still with us are not dominating our lives anymore.
Oh, exactly. Hopefully permanently a thing of the past.
That certainly changed, robbed many of us time with our friends and loved ones that we wish we could have back. So on sheet A was a score of 2 for the Mayfield Curling Club. And they are playing against Albany. It is 2-1 after 2. Don't have any score posted on sheet D, yet they're playing the third end, so I can assure you rocks are being thrown. And it's the Hammerstone on sheet C. So the first stone from Potomac is in the house. Second one called to be in the house or a guard right in front of it. That one went just behind the tee line without much sweeping, and I saw you with your stopwatch there.
Yeah, that was 14 flat. I mean, it's a little long distance here trying to get it, but approximately 14 with no sweeping going, a couple of feet behind. So
I'd say that's pretty keen.
Yeah, happy with that. We're first draw of the morning. The ice is about a degree colder than I wanted. It'll be up there by the time this game's over, though. So they're going to find the ice is just going to keep speeding up here as we go.
And that's, for our club, a function basically of the outdoor weather and the heat load of all the BTU producers of the curlers that are out there. So Michael looking for the guard again. Mark Carlson, his second, will be throwing it. Mark sporting the Maryland flag in his knit cap. Those folks from Maryland love that flag.
Now, is that a Potomac club jacket that he has on?
It does look like he's got one of those Dynasty apparel shirts on. They're not sponsors. Please feel free to do that, though. That's 1185 York Road, Rink 2, Warminster, PA, 18974. That one came, I think, a little bit deeper than Michael would have liked.
Yeah, a little, sure. They're licking their chops here for a double.
Yeah, so Jeff's going to have, this looks like Brian Wang is shooting second here. I'm sitting right behind the line of delivery, and it looks like he turned that one off his hand just a little bit. They are going to get something.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably the most important stone went away.
Yeah, the one in front of the tee line, exactly.
So why is that the most important stone, Wayne?
Well, the blue has hammer, and any rock behind the tee line they can always draw down onto, whereas when it's in front of the tee line, you're going to have to move it if you want to get shot. There wouldn't have been much room to come around it.
Once had a sage and sassy curler from Delaware County tell me, David, once they're behind the tee line, they never get closer.
Probably true. Yeah. Potomac just keeps applying the pressure here. Keeps nice draw weight.
Now he's calling for, appears, another hit here to help to clean things up.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, we're still early in the game. You want to make sure you score on this end, right?
Right.
And if you wanted to draw around and you don't make it, then you're really going to be looking at trouble, because they're going to put another one out front and guarding things up. This way, they're still going to, you can hit, and still two's always a possibility. It just takes a half miss from the other team, and all of a sudden you get your deuce. But the key is to, having given up, 2 points over the first two ends, you want to make sure you score here in the third, and the skip have a realistic shot to score that 1 point. So I like the fact that they keep hitting here.
And the broom goes down for the guard right again. So this will be Mike Sell throwing it.
Well, they're going to have to go on this one, I think. All right, now they have the opportunity by having continued to hit before. Potomac didn't get the perfect guard on that one, and now they can hit the shot rock and possibly even roll behind that guard. Put it out a little wide.
Okay, wow, I step away for 1 minute to conduct a little bit of business to pay for this whole excursion.
Well, what you missed, Potomac's guard was a little wide and left Schenectady with an opportunity to hit that shot rock, but unfortunately just a hair wide, missed it by about an inch. And now Potomac is sealing it up here, putting pressure back on again.
Oh, here's Jackie Shaw.
Well, this is going about where she threw the last one. It's
yeah,
just putting it out a little wider in the broom.
And our ice is extremely weight sensitive. Like you'll see if you're watching curling on television, it tends not to move with weight and have a lot of movement at draw weight.
Yeah, the better teams like that because they've got the control over the weight, what they're throwing, and take advantage of the curl by throwing that board hack weights. And if they want it to run straight, they don't have to throw a crazy amount of weight. Just nice normal weight.
So we were mentioning, at what point in the end do you feel like you're in trouble? I'm assuming this is it.
Yeah.
Hey,
sort of, I think we're going to put another guard up on top of this to stop them from running the double. But I think
time to draw the other side.
I think exactly. I think that's what Schenectady would be doing on this one, even if this rock wasn't thrown. I think they might try just drawing around the other side to the top button.
Interesting verbiage there. So that implies that you would think that that you may have favored guarding that with this rock that Michael just threw.
Well, I would, the possibility is just to come around on the in turn to the top, fighting the top four or something. It takes it away and puts another counter, more pressure on them. They sort of had the right side sort of blocked up.
It was going to take 2 rocks to get in there, regardless.
Yeah. But nothing wrong. I mean, there's always the chance Schenectady may have run a double back there, and you say, well, why did they bother drawing around the other side? Why didn't they protect? So we're not going to miss too many shots back here, are we, Dave?
No, I mean, I'm batting 1,000 sitting here.
So
definitely better than I played last night.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that call to guard that at all. It's definitely forcing Schenectady to do this. And I mean, they do have to bite button almost to get a point. So here's skip Jeff Brewster with his first stone in the third end. They're indicating that it's way out there, and here it comes. It's coming in nicely. It just looks like it might be a skosh toasty. Yeah, it is. It's 12-8.
12-8 right to the back line, pretty much on its own.
I mean, he was probably right that a little wider than they've been throwing, so threw a little more, but didn't need that much more. But eliminated at least one rock. I think only one, right?
Yep.
I think Red's still line 2 in there.
So on sheet C, it's 4-0 in favor of Potomac. And finally have a update over here on sheet D. It is Potomac et al. With a 2-1 lead over Diamond State. So now here I'm assuming you're going to either throw that guard, or if you come to the full 8-foot, you're happy with that too?
Yeah, I'd go into lie 3, but just 8 foot. Yeah.
The one thing you don't want to be is heavy, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, certainly there's no advantage to coming down and tapping that one so you can say that you're line 4. You're just giving the other team an advantage. Take away the draw by just where he's got his broom there. I would actually outcount that one though. I'd come in and lie 3.
But if you're going to if there's a variance, it's to this side.
Exactly. That was the way to miss. I think they wanted it in the house, but that's coming to the back 4 would have been really bad.
So that's going to leave Jeff Brewster a draw from the other side without backing, which does appear to be there, or possibly a downweight hit to the shot stone. It's there. It's a cutesy little one. He got to skinny a guard and then hustle past, but I think he can get there.
Yeah, sort of figuring out what weight to be, control might just do it. I mean, the port's about a rock and a half wide. Unfortunately, the stagger's the wrong way. You'd love those guards to be, the center line guard to be deeper. But
so the initial decision appears to be a draw.
Just to eliminate them down to 1, I think is what he's looking at here. Yeah.
When we went in turn, we went out turn. Having a discussion with the front end. Good time to take a look at it, because this could be a point where the game kind of gets away from you a little bit. So here we go, Jeff Brewster with his final stone at end number 3.
Sweepers are going to have to go.
Needs to get to the 8 foot to cut him down to 1, which would be a good outcome at this point. They're on it hard. They're on it hard. Their heads are down. They're taking a look. They're pushing it hard. Are they going to get there? No, it is going to be short of the house. And it's going to be a steal of 2 for sure, and it looks to be 3 from our overhead.
No, just 1 for sure, maybe probably 2. That top red.
Oh, 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we're all about accuracy here. My vice asked me if I was having counting problems yesterday, so I guess I am.
Well, I can certainly understand why this spiel sells out so quickly, Dave. You know, the curling's good, but see all the food on the bench out there lined up, and the beverage price is pretty good here.
Oh, absolutely, and yeah, that's we do offer complimentary beverages of the beer and wine variety, and also distilled for your eye openers in the morning, as with our compliments as part of when you're joining us as our guest. And it's all has to do with the great job that our volunteer squads do. Greg Danks running the draw end of it. Kevin Stayer and yourself working the ice. And Kristen Weiss and Jane Stayer leading up the food. And Jim Fannin doing all things logistical. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
This would usually be the part of the Bonspiel when I plug the spiel that I run in September, but that's sold out too. That's sold out in about 2 hours.
2 hours. How long did it take this one to sell out?
This one lasted, I think, about 5.
5 hours.
Yeah. So, but in all seriousness, we're humbled and grateful for the support that the curlers show the club, and we don't take lightly the fact that happens, and we don't take it for granted, and we definitely want to make sure that we provide you a first-class experience every time you come here. Our next spiel is actually going to be the His and Hers Bonspiel that comes up in June.
That's another great spiel where you actually, as the name implies, is a men's field and a women's field. But I like the fact that both sexes are here. You know, it's nice.
Yeah, it's really good for that curling couple that they both love curling, but they probably shouldn't be on the same team. I'm sure we're not unique in that in terms of curling clubs that spouse A uses curling on sheet D to take a respite from the spouse who does the same on day C.
Exactly.
And that will be our last spiel before we melt down for a brief period of time.
Yeah, how long has it been since the ice has been last out, Dave?
The ice was last installed in August of 2022. No, I'm sorry. No, 21.
21, right?
Holy heck.
So we're pretty happy with the condition of the ice, given it's been in here that long, and not that many floods really during that whole time period.
No, I think maybe 7 or 8, maybe.
We're down for COVID, but still, there's been a lot of curling over a long time.
Yeah, we only had a couple pauses since we reinstalled. And there we go, case in point, Christina Wang commenting that Schenectady has been closed for a month and they're getting their sea legs under them again. We see that a lot at our spiels because we tend to run the all-season spiels. And also a friendly commercial announcement for the ice crew. Just because your gripper was good all season at your club, when you come here over the summer, you could use a new one.
Well, it is amazing when you're out there brushing just how much black stuff your broom is picking up just with a few times up and down.
Oh, we have and I know that the care that you put into the ice and how hard we work to keep it clean, and it's just these summer spiels we get plagued by old grippers, and that's true of both our guests and our members. So buy a gripper. They're cheap.
That's a tough break.
Oh,
but
all right, so we finally got a little something going for Schenectady.
Yeah. And I like Potomac walking up and peeling that guard. I mean, they were trying to do the run back or straight peel there, but a little bad break that it went into the red one. But they've got a 4-point lead here almost halfway through the game, so no sense taking a chance and letting Schenectady draw around that guard multiple times.
So Schenectady looking to guard up that one on the 4-foot. This looks to be just a touch heavy, but should be a good outcome. It's going to leave that same hit back, though. This one comes up and just is nibbling the 12-foot. So if a stone touches any part of the rings, it is eligible to score.
Yes, when you're introducing people to the game for the first time, I think they're all sort of surprised that little biter can count as much as the one that's sitting on the button. Just doesn't seem fair, right?
There's a lot of times this game doesn't seem fair, Wayne. That's just one of them.
All right, are we going to get two here, Dave?
I think we're just going to get the top one, and we're going to have the unfortunate side effect of leaving a guard here.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff looking to draw down on top of his own here. I guess the alternate strategy would be to play open and just split the house at this point. I mean, we're on third stones.
Yeah. You could draw to the wings on the side, even into the 12-foot, biting the 8 on the other side. And I would suspect that with a 4-0 lead, that Potomac might just go and hit the open rock, and then you eventually draw in for your 2 in the end.
But Jeff wants to try to get a little bit more here, and nothing wrong with being aggressive. Now that one just wicks the guard. They tried to hustle it by. So here's a shot for Mike Sell to get Mike Dobbs out of trouble here. Calling for firm weight, which
we'll see what he gets on this. I would anticipate you're going to see about a 9.5 for most teams when they ask for that kind of weight.
All right. Oh, well, that's at least that quick. They're on it quickly. Mark Carlson trying to hold it. He's trying to hold it on it the whole way. It's going to get the one onto the second one, and it's going to jam it.
Well, that was 9:35 by my watch, so that's a pretty nice weight that he threw. Just what the skipper asked for.
Absolutely. Well, and that's another side effect of COVID. I haven't seen a lot of these people for a while. It looks like Mike applied some of the weight that he may have lost to that rock. So good job there, Mike. Congratulations on that.
All right, what do we got going here? Connect is, I think he called a hit on that red rock up top.
Now, that will, at the very least, make, ooh. Okay, so that's been a consistent theme here for Jackie. A little pitch on that turn there.
And unfortunately, it's heading towards her own blue rock here.
So now you're going to hope to nose it, I would think.
Yeah, and I think she's going to do that.
So now that we've seen the same little hitch in the giddy up 3 times in a row there, what causes that, Wayne?
Well, there's a few things. I think it's mainly her release is going out as she's letting it go. Sometimes it's
so
it's
out
a straight slide.
So out means you're
to the right
okay.
In this case, yeah. That's I think sort of what I was seeing in her. It's a lot of curlers, if you watch them, especially on the out turn, the rock is to the right side of their body. If they could just turn that arm and put it more under their right eye, if that's their dominant eye, get it in front of their body, where if you were watching them from behind, I'll do that with my juniors all the time. I'll stand behind them and I say, I don't want to see that rock, all right, at any time during your delivery. And I think if we were to watch that particular delivery, you'd be able to see the rock quite clearly out to the right, especially when the release goes.
So I know that's something that a lot of us struggle with, flipping our out turns. So there you go. Try to get it in front of you.
Yeah. Now, saying that, I constantly challenge myself to try and do that.
One of the first things you told me is you said I'm a far better coach than I am a curler.
That's right. I am always saying, do as I say, not as I do. I'm fortunate that in league play I'm curling with Scott Dunham as well as in this Bonspiel, and the student has now become the teacher in terms of telling me what he's seen.
I think he's quite happy to have you around.
It's mutual.
That's just a testament to you there, Wayne.
Well, I'm really proud of how many juniors have gone on to become really some of the top adult curlers in the country.
Scott and his vice that for this spiel, Cody Klauser, both compete on the national level. They've been in nationals how many years in a row now?
Well, at least 3. I don't know. I've lost track of the accounts.
Well, that's good. Oh, and this one's just a little bit outside. So we have a pretty much wide open house with 2 nibblers for Potomac. Michael Dobbs thinking about what he wants to do here. Debating whether he wants to just leave one on top or draw underneath, because if you draw underneath, you're giving your opponent something to sit on to score one. I think he'd rather just make them do it, especially because you don't have anything really counting of substance.
Yeah, you want to have something better than biting the 12-foot to push them to try and get their one, though. So I like coming around this to top 4. Even if it's just half buried, it's good.
Mike's been curling, I think it's about 11 or 12 years for Michael now. Mm-hmm. He's just a skosh older than me on the curling calendar. Hustling to try to get there. They're trying to drag it all the way up. It's going to come up just a little bit shy. So
perfect line. I mean, if it had just bent and got to the forefoot, even half buried just like that, as I was saying, it would have been great.
So final stone here for Jeff Brewster, and is it too early in the game to say this is a must-make?
Facing the two, yeah, I'd say going down 6-0 versus being just down 3. Being down 3 is very come back, but 6 that's a lot. 4 ends. So yes, I would call it a must-make. Find the rings.
Final stone of the fourth end, Jeff Brewster, Schenectady Curling Club. Brian and Caitlin keeping it clean, escorting it down. And now Caitlin's on it. Got to make sure you have the whole rings to work with. And there you go, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
There's the one for the skipper, and they're on the board.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Well managed by the front end there.
Yeah, they weren't panicking at all on it.
I think that's remembering that they had the entire house to work with, as opposed to
Yes.
the old escorting the rock 3/4 of the way down the sheet and saying, "Holy heck, we need to sweep now." So that makes it 4-1 after 4 ends of play.
All right, still anyone's game.
Absolutely. So we're finishing up the fourth end on sheet C and D, and we've completed the fourth end on sheet A, which has the squad from Albany up 4-2 after 4. And up goes the center guard on our featured game.
Yeah, this is a key shot. Lead shots are so important, and that's a perfect one. Beautiful on the center line. Now we're not playing the no-tick rule in this particular Bonspiel, but in those events at the higher level where it is in play, getting it on that center line is so key now.
All right, and this one is going to head on back and through the house with just a little help. Oh, but not quite.
Well, you know, that's be interesting whether that rock scores a point at the end of this end. Let's keep our eye on that, Dave, because a lot of teams, I know Scott likes to do it too. You get a lead. One way to work on it is for a blank is just to go to the back quad when the other team puts up that center guard. The danger with the alternative is to come around the center guard and go top 4, and it's great if it's made, but if it comes up short, now you put another center guard out there, and that's the last thing you want with a lead. So
right.
This is a rather safe way. If it ends up stopping short, it's just a corner guard, which you can always use.
So you alluded to the importance of those lead rocks. So now here we have 2, and we have 2 guards up. So I would say that that's probably mission accomplished.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're close enough together that you're going to see the other team attempt a double peel the first time they have the opportunity. Can't do it yet. And I like the fact they're coming around here now. And almost regardless of whether they make it or not, I would suspect that when they do get their chance for their next rock, that they're going to get rid of those guards. This is a little wide and maybe a little heavy. Certainly wider than he was asking for.
I'll settle into the back of the 8-foot.
Right. That back quad is getting loaded.
Yes, it is. Okay, so looks like we're calling for a little hit and roll over.
Yeah, well,
I think the indication was for a control weight hit.
yeah, it's different teams use different signals. Some might use the wrist for control, and some the elbow, and some use the elbow for control. I'm not sure what they're.
And since we're playing, a Schenectady team here, let's not even talk about the direction that we indicate the hammer, the handle.
And yeah, that threw me the first time I came up against a team like that.
Schenectady, Albany, and then I also ran into a team from Minnesota or Wisconsin that called it in a similar manner. It's all just whatever you're brought up with. So here is that peel attempt that you were speaking of.
Yeah, I really like the strategy that Potomac is using here. It's very clear. There's no doubt in his mind what he's doing. He's just making sure that he doesn't give up a steal here. No need to be trying to score points. Just make sure you do score. Unfortunately, well, it's going to cross enough that he's going to peel out the other way, so that's all right.
All right, well, good call there.
Yeah, got rid of the one.
Mike Dobbs does at least, he's quite the sharp guy, or at least he claims to play one on television, having made an appearance on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh, wow. How'd he do?
The time that I know of, I believe he won $25,000. I ran into him when I was out in Las Vegas, and they were taping Millionaire at Bally's, and I'm like, I know you.
I hope he didn't go over and spend his $25,000 in the casino.
No, I was actually, his taping kept on getting delayed, and we were able to spend some time, and I was very close to being his +1 on set. Because the one that was scheduled, his friend who we had scheduled, the actual smart person who we had brought with him.
He wasn't gonna phone you as a friend.
Well, yeah. He's like, well, if Jim has to leave, you could do it, Schmel. I'm pretty sure he'd use me as like the reverse 50-50. I'd like to ask my +1.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, I think it's C. Okay, then I'm definitely going B.
Well, tried that. That was a pretty quiet wait for peeling a guard. It ended up changing color, which is good from Potomac's perspective. I'm sure they'd much rather have rolled at least to a corner guard there, or right out.
Potomac's no stranger to people having played on game shows. I know another one of their members, Steve Cloutenbow, won $250,000 on Millionaire.
Oh.
And you mentioned like getting that money in Vegas. He told me that he was just at home one day and checked his mail, and in a regular envelope with a stamp was a check for the $250,000.
That's a nice piece of mail to get. That's not junk.
Yeah, so they were spending $250,000.63 to get it there.
I think there's logic to their madness. It's just a few more days they could keep that money in their account before it gets cashed.
I know that at least early on in the show that the prizes of a certain level were backed by Lloyd's of London. And the actual producers weren't on the hook for all that money as long as the questions were deemed sufficiently difficult.
Well, Schenectady had a little tough break there. The weight was pretty good on that last one. I think just caught that guard, and unfortunately for them, moved it off the center line.
So now we're looking for the peel here from Michael Dobbs. It's not from Team Dobbs. It's Mike Sell throwing it.
Just a little quiet again for. Well, actually, that's lots of weight to get rid of a rock. Just got it in the wrong spot.
There we go. Ask his wife, do you like the draw? She says, you betcha.
Not a lot of alternatives here. It's sort of which one do you want to come around, I guess.
Coming around the one a little bit higher gives you a little bit more room. This one looks to be on a decent line once it breaks.
Yeah, it's got it again a little wider than the broom.
This is where you might be able to finish it under the guard some.
Well, edge to edge, I would describe that. Maybe an inch or you've got a better line there, Dave. Is it very tall?
I think you have an inch out inside the edge. There's definitely room to get there and roll underneath for sure. But I think you're just in blue rock elimination mode a little bit.
Yep.
So here's Mike Sell with his second stone. And
well, he's playing quiet weight like we were talking about.
I think it's a little quieter than Mike Dobbs thought. And now he's calling for the brush hard.
But again, that's a great example. You don't need to throw harder than that to get rid of the rock, you know. And the sweepers were able to on and off it all the way down.
Right, they were indicating. We heard it over the ice mics back 12, and it was just a little bit more than that. It was probably hack weight, but. Yeah. And that's where that communication between the skip and the sweepers is definitely key.
Oh yeah, it's, the teams I coach probably. Communication is a thing I talk about more than anything. It's just the importance of continually, I call it, have a conversation all the way down the ice. You know, the sweeper says something, the person in the house should be saying something back. And just keep talking. That's what you're seeing. The person in the house talking about how the line's doing, and the sweeper's talking about how the weight's doing.
Yeah, I definitely think our newer curlers are afraid of being wrong.
Yeah.
And I tell them, you know, just go and don't, you know, be wrong, and the more often you're wrong, the faster you'll stumble upon right.
Well, in league play, I have lots of examples where I am definitely wrong. I'm embarrassingly wrong sometimes. I'm saying all there, and then all of a sudden, whoops, no, it's short. And another nice weight here. Yeah, I really like that weight. That's perfect. And different brushers have different definitions of what they mean by all there. To some brushers, all there is exactly the weight that you called. Yeah.
And to other brushes, all there is it's heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. We should be more specific. Should just say where it is. Generally, I don't think I'm going to ever have to lay a brush on this thing.
Yeah.
So. But yes, if you can say specifically, hey, hack or
yeah,
back line, it's.
And I'm not too sure, you know, but I know it's too heavy. I tend to just give the old wave over my head,
yeah,
with, you know, just indicating that it's a little bit hot.
Yeah. Now they're indicating this is wide, but the weight is nice. So again, I mean, if they'd thrown more weight and had the line just that little bit wider than we wanted, that wouldn't have touched that rock at all.
And we have a new biter.
A new biter, yes.
The curlers for our next draw are starting to find their way in. 11:15 is the last first draw.
Okay.
Or 11:10. I'm not sure 100% what the schedule says.
Second draw of the morning. Now, I like this call rather than saying, hey, let's hit that thing and maybe blanket, because Schenectady, you do that. Schenectady's definitely coming around given the score. So go beat them around the guard, and you're down to
right.
The other team only having one more rock. So.
Right. Well, this, yeah. So Schenectady trying to go for the steal here. This is the last stone for their skip.
Oh, this is Schenectady. I'm sorry. Yeah. This is the right call at this point, given the score.
Oh, right, because, you know, if you certainly don't want to hand Potomac a blank at this point.
No.
The line's good in this one if they can get the weight there. You got to drag it. They're on it. They're on it. They're bringing it. And they're going to get to be shot. Now the question is, how buried is it going to be?
Oh, it's going to be
Got to
nice.
drag it. There you go.
Oh, that's a beauty.
That's a well thrown rock, and that's well managed by the front end. And he rightly is happy with himself.
So Potomac paying a little bit of a price for those 2 peel attempts where they hit the rock but did not get their shooter rolled away. Gave Schenectady that opportunity to bury. Potomac's not in a bad position here. I mean, even if they gave up a steal of 1, they'd still be up 2 with hammer in the even end, which is not a bad scenario. And if they end up taking 1, that'd be I think the best scenario. I think they're going to try the run back to try and pick up 2, though. So that's a pretty good call. They could draw to the 4-foot for 1.
Right.
But given that it's the odd end and where the score is, hey, it's not the end of the world if we give up a steal here. So let's go for the run back. We might get 1 or 2 out of it, and 2 would be a really good scenario. So I'm on board with this call. Go for it, but it's got to curl.
Now they're trying plan B, trying to get past it, but he. Oh, man, you waited just a hamster's heartbeat too long to go to plan B on that one.
Missed it by that much. Yeah.
So we'll be back with more Brewers baseball right after this.
Well, again, even though it didn't work out for them, I like the call. I was talking before. Potomac's got good strategy there. And Schenectady's going to throw up the guard, rightfully so.
Michael's seen a lot of games, and he's also seen a lot of games as an official and as a chief umpire. And while you're not, those games, when you're officiating, you often have lots of time to think about things. Anything to take your mind off the fact that you are incredibly cold.
Well, you've done a little bit of that, right, Dave?
Absolutely, we've done it together. Yeah, we time games. I've done the on-ice supervisor bit, and you find yourself saying, "You want to measure that, don't you? You really do."
Give me some action. Well, there's a perfect first rock here because it being what we call a 1 guard, the top third of the area out in front of the house, enables them to put a 3 guard up next, just close to the house, because they really want to continue this stealing trend that we can call a steal of 1 trend. Well, it looks like the 3 guard might be going to Potomac here. That's going to bite.
Yeah, but you can almost use that as a guard if you're trying to steal here.
Yeah, you can draw down on top of it. I think that's what he's indicating.
And if he were able to do that and set the angle and leave it off the house, it would be removed for just one more rock before Michael could do anything with it, and gives you a real chance to set the table.
Yeah, you could end up with staggered guards there, right top house, which is always good for drawing around. So again, anything out front of the house or tight to the rings here on the center line, but this has got to curl a lot. But the weight is nice.
And that is going to be tight to the rings and be a guard.
Yeah, very useful rock.
So those of you not familiar, we're playing the 5 rock free guard zone. So When exactly can you start to touch them?
The team with the hammer, their seconds first rock is able to start removing things. So this is the team with the hammers leads second rock. So again, the team without hammer coming up next, their seconds first rock cannot hit a rock, remove a rock, even if they wanted to. But the team with the hammer's second first rock will be coming up next after this one, and they can do whatever they want.
Now they're electing to hit the red rock here. I kind of view that as my friend right now, but
yeah, I mean, if they played very quiet weight and made sure that their shooter stayed there, it wouldn't be all bad. But I would tend to agree with you. I don't think I'd be removing rocks. But that area where that red rock is, it's sort of the control zone, and it was getting, you sort of want your rocks controlling that area. But having to steal almost any rock out front, I would probably have left there at that point.
so definitely a case to be made for both there. Now, Michael going right after that tight guard, which is good because it's going to open up both draw pass. I believe he's calling for a normal weight.
And with the curl we have here, the other guard is so long that even if Schenectady was to draw around to top four, they can definitely come with hack weight and get it out. That's why you sort of need that 3 guard as well as the 1 guard.
All right, they're on it now. Looking to just get a piece and mission accomplished.
Yeah, very happy with that. Nice throw. Really like the weight, again, that these teams are throwing for their hits. There's just enough to comfortably remove them. You don't want to have to be sweeping for weight just to get it out, but they're not doing that. There's just a nice amount of weight. Okay, here's a key shot here. We need, for Schenectady, they need to get that 3 guard in place here. A little early yet to come to the forefoot because, like I said, they can come around that guard and get it.
All right, trying to get around that guard. And they did. Now what's the weight going to be? It's going to be back 4. Shot stone for now.
Yeah. Line was nice.
Lovely rock color as well.
Sometimes as Skip, when you got the lead here, you want to be saying what's the most dangerous shot. And sort of debatable here, but I would say the most dangerous rock is the guard out front when all you're wanting to do is make sure you score.
Right.
Because that rock, it's just biting, and it's not biting. It's just in the 8, and it's behind the tee line. If it was in front of the tee line, the same spot, I'd be more tempted to make a play on it.
Well, it looks like that they are going to dig it out without a problem. Like you said, look at all that curl. You know, that's with
and look at that weight.
Control weight, and it got all the way around the guard and all the way up to and past the nose.
Yeah, it was just solid hack. You know, I don't think it was bored. It's just solid hack. Beautiful. But now, Schenectady, rightfully so, is looking at, hey, what if we just come down and sit on this thing? In the end, they've got the guard out front. So a much higher chance of stealing now.
And Jackie indicated her preference by doing the universal sit on it sign. Indicating that she likes the weight. I think we're going to not like the line in a second. Curling hard and coming down. Ooh, that looked like it grabbed something.
Well, we finally got our 1 and 3 guard, Dave.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And I'd argue that it's actually not too late to have that.
No. They've now now got a very realistic chance of stealing.
And yeah, this is okay. So 2 options here. One is to blow up and try to throw the double peel, or to draw in, which is what Michael is electing to do. The Michaels.
Yeah. Come to biting top 4 behind those guards is very nice.
Okay, they think it's a little bit hot.
Well, that's the bad news then, because you do not want to be behind T-line on this thing. Well, they're sweeping now.
It's coming down now. That is going to settle right to the top of the lid.
There you go. Well, that strategy looked pretty good.
Well, I was going to tell you that, Wayne, you're completely out of your gourd. This is the shot to call, but now gonna try to nestle one in. There's room to put a stone there.
Well, yeah, you can even come down, even corner freezing on it can give concerns.
So this looks like the call is for like a back line weight, and I think that's what's coming. Watching the line. Now we're on it. Trying to hold it, get it past the top one. Are you going to get past the top one? Going to give it just a little kiss. Ooh, and rolled to be 3rd shot. Now, interesting because that leaves a pocket there.
You can see, though, if they had ever gotten just by that other guard, they would have been.
Oh, that was going to stay there for a very long time.
Yeah, it would have been problems.
So Michael just indicated no deeper than the top of the 4-foot.
This is a nice, interesting hand. Well played by both teams. One team needing to steal, the other team trying to prevent it.
I think it's a little bit warm. Okay, on and off it for the line. Once again, saying no deeper than the 4-foot. And it is going to be right where he initially placed his broom.
Potomac going for the kill here. Whew. Nice throw.
That is extremely nice. And I don't know if you can be shot here now. I mean, you'd have to get around that top one and have the handle fall off of it and have it take a right turn to Albuquerque.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice if they came down with back 8 weight and just tapped that rock that was just thrown, move the other one out into the open on the left that you might be able to use later, and sit on the red.
All right.
And that would give you 2 options the next time. You come down and hit your own onto the red, or come in off the one that you bump.
This is where we need that telestrator.
Yes.
Once again, that's Bucks County Curling Club 1185.
This is going to have to curl.
I think the line's better than you think it is, Wayne.
Yeah. Got to go for weight, I guess. Yeah. This is one time when you don't want to be light.
And all we did is guard the whole mess of red. Wishes he had that one back.
Yeah.
So looking at throwing something on the other side.
Sort of when as coach, you hope that they don't call a timeout. You sort of say, if you'd called it like 3 rocks ago, maybe I could see something.
Because what are you going to say now? You got 42 pounds of stone that I don't really have a place for.
Yeah. I guess.
So what do you say, Coach?
Well, if they called a timeout, I think I would try and draw around there, not worrying about being shot, but being second count, getting maybe even an inch buried behind the top red and the top 4 foot, and lie second shot, and sort of say, well, force them to 1, which isn't ideal given the score, but it's better than. I don't see any way that they're going to score. To count that.
Right, and and Michael's throwing with hammer here his first stone. So 2 red rocks to come. Here's the first one. That one is way out there.
Oh yeah, I was talking if Schenectady was throwing at this point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But now what he doesn't want to do is come in where they can use that rock to come in off of. Oh boy, be careful, guys. Be careful. That's all right.
Now, do you think there's any kind of fun little around the world shot to make your rock come back up towards the button?
No. You might want to explain that to some folks who are new to curling or just tuning in.
So going around the world, you try to think that you make the rock travel in the opposite direction from where it started. So the thought would be to throw off the inside of to hit the inside of your own bluestone with a lot of weight and a lot of rotation, to cause it to gear onto the next redstone and then continue to move forward.
Yeah, lots of times you sort of need 3 rocks generally to do it. But you go bang, bang, and then it's sort of starting to make a U back up to the top again.
So we got 2 out of the 3, and we really would need the third here to make it work. Okay, so this looks like we're looking for draw weight here.
Yeah, I mean, what we were talking about, if he wants to get by that red one, though, got to get by the top red.
Hammering to get by, it's curling up really hard, and it is going to.
It's close.
Come in.
Close.
Oh,
shoot! Oh,
son of a biscuit eating dog.
Oh. So close.
Okay, so it leaves Potomac line 3, and Michael has his last stone here. He has a hit for 5 or a draw for 4. It falls under good problems to have.
Actually, here's an example. Now they could hit the inside of that blue one, and not that you wouldn't do it here, but for just talking about around the world, inside of that blue one, it would go off and hit the top of the red one and start going back towards the tee line again if you were to do that.
So it's just a matter of a couple inches in that rock placement that made the shot possible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on top of the red one as opposed to be underneath it like it was before. But here he's going to nose hit, might end up scoring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That would likely bring this game to a conclusion.
Well, even right now, a draw for 4 is pretty deadly, isn't it? Well, I think the easiest way to make it, though, is to actually hit it.
To give another quick update, we tied up the score between Mayfield and Albany on sheet A. That is now 6-6, playing in the 7th.
Yeah, 4 points in the 6.
It's 5-1 in favor of Albany on sheet C. And Potomac has a 1-point lead, playing in 7 on D. Here's a final stone, Mike. So, oh, sorry, Michael Dobbs, rather.
It's a little wide.
And that is going to be on the top guard. So it is going to be a score of 3. So it's going to be 7-2 after 6 ends. And we play on.
So I didn't see the indication, but I'm sure he's calling this into the top 4 here. Not looking for guards at this point with he's got 7-2, 5-point lead. Sweeping hard to get it in, but it's just going to be a centerline guard. Not normally a very nice shot, but probably not what he was looking for in this case. Calling for a corner guard. Looking like a nice come around here if the weight's good. A little on the hot side. Yep, going right through. Line was great.
All right.
Well, we got a couple of guards in play, Dave, and make the end interesting to watch how it builds. It looks like a nice draw around here by Schenectady.
It is 7-2 in favor of Potomac to start this end. But Schenectady will have the hammer, the last stone advantage here. And they are sitting the 1 now in the 8-foot.
Had handshakes over on sheet C there, Dave. I forget who was red, though.
That was Albany. And the Albany 4 team. Our team signs got printed back to back in such a manner that the back side and the front side are right on top of each other. So here we have a free guard violation on our feature game. That means that the guard gets put back and the offending stone removed. Now, Wayne, is that a must? Must the stone be replaced, or does the non-offending team have an option to let the outcome stand?
That one, there's no option. It gets reversed, replaced. Now, we were talking earlier about the no tick rule on the center line. In that case, there are options, and you don't just automatically put it back. They can either put it back, just like we saw happen there. They can, or they can leave the rocks as they lie.
So with it going back, they're going to lay in another one underneath the cover. Not 100% sold on that guard went back exactly to where it was, because there wasn't a port before.
Well, they were trying to go through the port. They were trying to go through the port before. It might have been a little harder before, but
it looks a skosh easier right now, Wayne.
Well, the non-offending team has the right to put the rock where they think it belongs. So usually the port would get smaller.
So here we go.
No,
We have an insta-woe call.
This is close. This is close.
It's going to be
Look at
past
that.
the first
Look at
one,
that.
on to the second one,
Look
and
at that.
through that port it goes.
All right. Just wanted to show that it could be done.
Oh, boy. See, now you're going to make me go to the tape.
Well, the skipper definitely believed there was a port there before, because he called it.
It looks like there is about, it got put back about 1.5 inches outboard, looking at the replay. Goes to show you that every inch matters.
There you go. Yes, because they didn't miss that rock by more than an inch. So this one's on the guard. But getting cluttered.
Definitely getting cluttered.
So I see the time clock has gone to 0. What's that mean, Dave, here?
Okay, so that means at the time when the clock hits 0, the instruction is to finish the end that you're on and play one more. So I didn't catch exactly when it went to 0. Did you, Wayne?
No, but I think it probably happened during this end, yeah. So we'll get to see 8 ends if they decide they want to play all 8 here.
8 ends would be available, yes.
And I think the players appreciate having that time limit on it. It keeps everything running more on schedule, so that when they're expecting to arrive and play at a certain time, you're within it. I've been in Bonspiels where all of a sudden you're an hour and a half behind.
Oh, absolutely.
Schedule.
And I know that the ice crew and the spiel coordinators appreciate it.
Looking at those rocks out front, looking at coming around, looking at guarding their shot rock, all sorts of options here. And I think I like what they decided on. Come around. Okay, let's take a look at where this rock is. Yeah, that's. The slide itself is just a little bit to the right.
Okay, so maybe the slide with that, combined with that little bit of input with on the release.
Yeah. But this is looking good.
It's going to skidding just past it. Now the weight's going to take it right to the top of the button.
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
That's a heck of a good outcome. And now Michael standing there. This is, well, this is the contemplating Michael.
Electing to run his own rock back rather than the blue guard that's more in front of the shot rock.
Yep, and there you go. So he said control when he hit his top shoulder. Now that would not be the weight that you would get from the top shoulder if you said that here.
No, you'd
be getting a firm weight.
Yeah, but he's getting control weight. I think I heard control down. It's a little wide.
Could use being a little downer then.
Yeah. It's going to open up the other blue rock.
You know what? That's good though, because that gives you a way in.
Yeah. In fact, it opens up a double.
That's pretty.
There you go. Yeah, I think he's got to protect it now.
And the call goes up right away, so Jackie's going to make that attempt. Now, I'm assuming you're trying to get it to nibble a little bit so you have another counting stone. This one starting way out to the outside. I think it's going to run out of sheet there.
Just hanging, and it hung in there.
Oh, that's a there's a testament to our ice crew there. Now, can they drag it on to be a nibbler? That would be the feat. Oh.
You don't get them much wider than that. Yeah, so that got all the way out to the boards, as we saw, within a half inch of the boards, and it's back middle of the 12 foot. Got down there. It's pretty good. All right, skipper's going to try and throw the double here.
All right, so here comes Michael. Line the double. His counter, Michael, is holding the broom.
Score just went up over, and well, we'll watch this shot first.
All right, that's coming down there. It's with a heavy board weight. On it hard.
They like it. Whoop, they're on off. It's close.
Going to get the one over for the second, and it's going to clear it out
is.
and lead the shooter under cover. So I think this is a good example of that. That to me is a made shot. If I'm scoring that, I'm calling that a make, even though the other stone's still in the house.
Yeah, absolutely. Buried behind this guards. So Schenectady, just for the want of a guard, right, would have made that shot impossible. But nice shot by Michael.
So what do you do here, Wayne?
Wow, it's tough. I mean, that is totally buried. Again, the score says you have to score here.
I kind of like corner freezing onto it.
Yeah, I mean the other team's gonna guard it up.
I think you need to miss. Scoring one's not going to do much for you.
Yeah, if you corner freeze and get a miss, then you can hit it, and you could end up with 3 is what you're looking at.
That's the only Hail Mary I see.
Yeah, coming down with the tap weight, you're just going to move it over towards the other blue, and you're going to
leave your shooter open.
Wide open.
Right.
Not a lot of nice options here. With that broom, though, he's...
Oh, there's a perfectly good one. It's sitting about 10 feet behind me. Both Bloody Marys and Caesars are available.
Yeah, they're looking like they're going to move the guard.
Oh, that's got me really close. Here it comes on down.
Well, we're going to see. This is the best they can do, coming around and tapping. That's what they're doing here.
Pass the goal. Oh, it just whiffs it.
You know, that that shot actually made me sort of think, if you had come down and just ticked off the red one and rolled into the 12-foot on the side.
Oh, that would have been good.
And then you'd be lying second and third and the shot rock exposed.
Right. And then he's going to probably
hit the open one over there. He could decide whether to guard or not. But if he misses the guard, then you've got your three. You know, with an open hit.
Definitely shows you how there's a few different ways to look at it. So now Michael going after the open stone. Looks like he has it. Now he not really.
Might not stay, but he's not overly concerned about that.
Yeah.
Make blue disappear.
That'll be a draw for one for Jeff. And continuing our defensive struggle on sheet A, it's a score of 4.
Oh, wow.
Making that score 10-6 coming home now.
Yeah, give up 4, take 4.
So Mayfield took 4, and then Albany took 4 right back. Now, we don't have the largest scoreboards in the GNCC or USCA. We only go up to 12 here, so we respectfully request that you don't go past that.
Well, this is tough. I think your best chance here is actually to try and draw the edge of the button better than what they got.
I think he's trying to play the little down weight and shove it back. This looks a little wide to me. Trying to make its way back. And it's going to...
Just heavy.
Yeah, a little heavy, a little wide. It's going to skitter on by. It's going to be a steal 1 for Potomac, and that will conclude the game. So you can make the final 8-2 in favor of Potomac Curling Club. They'll move on to the A event. Michael Dobbs, Mike Sell, Mark Carlson, and JT Groves. And Schenectady will find their way into the B event. And we will find our way to a short break before our next draw. Our next draw, tune in just after 11 a.m. for the final first draw of the 2023 Crooked Billet. So, my good friend Wayne Anderson on Dave Schmel.
Nice spending time with you, Dave.
Always a pleasure, Wayne, and we'll catch you guys later.